Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Design in the Dark. It's Friday. That means that we get to hang out together for a little while with a special guest, this guy. Hey, who are you
Hey,
floating head next to me?
my name is Wade Acuff. I'm an artist and illustrator.
Sweet. So, Wade is going to be here with us today, taking on the challenge of Design in the Dark. If this is your first time on the show, here's how it works. Design in the Dark is a show where you, chat, get to decide what we make. Wade, what kind of work do you like to do?
Uh, Generally fantasy and sci-fi.
Cool.
Uh,
Well, we have no
Something in it.
idea if we're actually going to do that today, chat, because you get to decide what we do. Wade is going to be live painting and illustrating the suggestions that you give us based on a creative brief, Mad Lib, that we'll go to in just a second. So, Wade, before we jump into the actual Design in the Dark segment, let's talk a little bit about you. Where can people find you on the internets?
Well, you can find me here on Behance. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5:30 Central. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me at my website, wadeacuff.com. So there's a couple of places you can find me.
Yep, and on your website, you even have a place for prints if you guys want to pick up anything from Wade. He's got some really cool stuff. And yes, as you look more and more into his work, you're just swept away into a gorgeous fantasy world. So check it out. And yeah, when we watch Wade's process today, it's going to literally blow your mind. I've watched him stream so many times, and it is like mind melting. So we're going to put to the test to see if you can do it live and on the fly. Let's do this. In chat, raise your hand if you have watched one of Wade's live streams here on Behance. He's watched Tuesday, Thursday, you said?
Yes, Tuesdays
Yep.
and Thursdays. Yeah,
Cool. So we're doing another episode tomorrow, and are you going live after our episode?
I am. I
Oh my
will have like a
goodness.
30-minute break and then I'll be back on
Do
live.
some of those little finger exercises, warm it up.
That's
Um,
right.
all right, chat. So let's go ahead and hop in here. I want to tell you about one more thing. Sorry, before we hop in, I lied. Hey Wade, what's are there any like cool things coming up? Like I don't know, like next week that our creative community could get
Uh,
involved with?
hmm,
Hmm.
I think yes. Adobe Max,
That's right. Adobe
guys.
Max is coming up next week. It is starting the 20th to the 22nd. And on Monday, the 19th, there's a very special career boot camp. If you want to be a part of that, you can go to max.adobe.com and register for that. And then check out the boot camp that's happening on Monday to help you level up your careers. Yes, thank you. That's, that's my favorite thing that's ever happened. I just saw the links and I was like, thanks, Mod, for dropping those links, and then realized that it's literally you. So if you guys have tuned in, Wade is usually my moderator and moderates pretty much all of my streams. So I'm excited to have him on the show, and it totally tripped me out that there is a Wade in chat. All right,
Always
let's
ready.
go ahead and hop right in. I'm going to take a drink because I'm about to cough right into the mic. So, Wade, just talk about something for like 10 seconds.
Oh, guys, if you haven't signed up for Adobe Max, you should do it now. It's free. It's going to be amazing. Go do it.
Thanks,
That,
Wade.
that, okay.
Ooh, what a cover. That's man, he's professional. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into the show today. Chat, here's where we start needing your help. I'm going to read through our creative brief real quick and give you the full lowdown of what's going on. So here you will see Wade's screen. We'll be watching Wade's screen for most of the day. Sometimes you'll see both of our screens right here. If this is disorienting, I'm orienting you. This is my screen. That one's Wade's screen just above us. And so our prompt today is this. You are going to fill in these ad libs. The adjective, hero appears. From the landmark of imaginary location, hero name is an adjective species with adjective facial feature. On the way to quest description, hero will face danger around every corner. It's no easy trek though. Fantasy location will be, with the constant through the fantasy location with the constant lurking of adjective animals and enchanted objects. Fear not, they are accompanied by companion name, an adjective species that has the power to secret power. So super super fun. And let's get started. Today we're going to work mostly on the character and then see how far we get through today and then pick it back up tomorrow. So chat, right off the bat, here's what I need for you. I need 3 adjectives. And so Wade, what are these adjectives going to be for you for moving into our character? What kind of adjectives do we want from chat?
I mean, what adjective?
That's it can really be anything,
It,
right?
yeah, just I mean, I kind of want to see what they come up with, just to see what we can start, where we
Sweet.
start and where we take it.
Yep, yep. So toss anything in there. Adjectives are things that describe things. So we're trying to build this character and describe it a little bit. So words like slimy, giant, huge, things like that are describing it.
There it is.
I love Steve. That's a great suggestion. We're going to go with obtuse is going to be one, which means just like oddly proportioned. Let's see here. Smelly. I love smelly. Oh, this sweet little hero is gonna be so gross.
Oh my
Magnanimous.
goodness.
Ooh, and mischievous. I like that for like facial features. I love that. So, Wade, the 3 that we have here are obtuse, smelly, and mischievous. And let's jump ahead a little bit, chat. And we need to know what kind of species this is. What
Oh
kind of
yeah.
species do we have this character being? Let's see. Bold, fierce, and handsome. Impish. Impish is such a good word. All right. I think that Susanna has a great suggestion.
Okay.
Amphibian or reptilian?
All right. So you're gonna have to feed these to me as we
Oh,
go.
absolutely, I will.
Yeah.
So is a reptilian creature a space iguana? It's a reptilian creature kind of falls into there. So he is an obtuse, smelly, and mischievous reptilian creature. And chat, we need a facial feature, some kind of prominent facial feature. Go ahead and drop one of those in there. And Wade, we have the brief up on the screen for you. I know that you probably maybe have the stream, so I'll keep feeding it to you, but also it is floating on there if you need it now. Elf, fancy. Wade, glad you got the Lizard Man practice this week. Oh, did you do some
That's
Lizard
right.
Man this week?
It was like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Nice. All right, so Reverb Mike, a bird of play. Oh, a bird of prey. Ooh, I love that, Ariana. So Ariana says his facial feature is a glass eye.
Oh
So maybe
wow.
it's like a
Okay.
Mad Eye Moony kind of like
Okay.
monocle-y sort of thing. All right, chat. That is all that I need for suggestions from you. Please keep suggesting and talking as Wade does this. We're going to let him work a little bit and stop piling things on him. And then
So
we'll check back in and see what we need from you, chat, in a little while, which we will need some more words, whole bunch more. So stay tuned for those with a glass eye.
so give me the recap.
All right,
Give
I'll
me
give
the
you the
recap.
recap. Here we go. So this is let me save this out so that chat can see it real quick as well. There we go. Here we go. The joys of live design. All right, cool. So the obtuse, smelly, mischievous hero appears from the. We need to figure out where he's from. He is a reptilian creature with a glass eye. So that's all we have so far. So reptilian creature with a glass eye, and he is obtuse, smelly, and mischievous.
Okay, we'll work on the face first, and then we'll work on where we might go from there.
Sweet. And jumping into this, what is your what's your process like hearing those words? What kind of things come into your head to like start filling this sheet?
Yeah, so the first thing, like once you started saying once lizard or reptilian has kind of popped in, I immediately started going through like what do reptiles look like? I mean, what's the basic forms? What's going to get that across quickly? Um, so that was the first thing I kind of thought of, and then I'm trying to go through that visual library as I'm, you know, uh, contemplating what else you guys were going to throw at me.
Yep.
Uh,
And something that's interesting about your process that I'm seeing is you're not working on white, you're working on gray. Why do you work on gray
yeah,
instead of just like a white canvas like people would do in Photoshop?
yeah. So I can push and pull. I like to. I tend to think about my drawing or painting process as more of a sculpting. And so I can push and pull. I can start adding, not that we would do that at this point, but adding highlights. So I can add those in, and they're already kind of built into having a gray for a background.
Yep.
Kind of push and pull that way.
That's so
Uh,
interesting to think of working on that flat gray as like working with clay and then using the darks to like push things back and then the lights to pull
exactly.
things forward, that it creates this full like, oh, three-dimensional very easily by just using the shadows instead of trying to like draw all these contour lines and all this stuff. It's all about just finding those dimensions.
Yeah. It. I mean, it's a fun process for me to kind of think about it as a shape that I'm pulling out of that um, that gray background.
Yep.
Choosing a lighting source, like right now it's kind of front on, but yeah.
Right now it's giving me the vibes from that scene in Jurassic Park where Newman, which is not his name, gets into the
Wayne
Jeep.
Knight.
What is it?
Wayne Knight, I
Wayne
think.
Knight, that's what it is. He like gets into the Jeep and the dinosaur's there, and it
Oh
like the like
yeah,
thing, it's
yeah,
that eyebrow. That eyebrow is like
yeah.
totally like the brow bone.
Actually, that's where I was pulling, not that scene specifically, but just thinking about Jurassic Park, figuring out, if that's, where I was going to pull this from, and that one definitely popped in.
Yep. And I love that you are doing the thing that we talk about so much that's so important on this show, is it building the base and then working your way up. That we talked about, all these things of like smelly and mischievous or whatever, but building the base of like, cool, we need to have something that's reptilian, that's like the core, and then we can figure out what goes on top of that, that you just build as you go and kind of create this creature step by step, not trying to do it all at the same time.
Right.
And Girotima, our friend Girotima, is asking, what kind of tablet are you using?
It's just an Intuos Pro. It's a Wacom Intuos Pro. Oops,
Nice.
sorry.
I need to find somebody that does painting like this, and maybe we should do it and just do like an ASMR stream where we don't talk and it's just like the clicking and then like the scratching of the pen because it's so satisfying.
Can you hear it now?
No. Every
Okay,
now
good.
and then, like on Kyle T. Webster's, sometimes you can hear it,
Okay.
and it's just like the most relaxing, like.
Yeah, let me
Uh,
switch brushes real quick.
yep. Great reference. It looks very much like a velociraptor. Yes, and it's interesting, and this is something that I see about your work, Wade, is that it's a lot of pieces of things, and it's not necessarily about like what the things are. It's about like how you meld them together that becomes interesting.
Yeah, you had mentioned, like we were talking about the process earlier. I also try and find the shapes as
Yep.
I'm working. So I'm like, I don't know what it's going to look like, and as I'm kind of doodling and working and massaging, it usually will start to develop. And if it doesn't, I can always start over. Nothing's lost. I don't tend to think of things as being very precious. If I go with the idea that if you've drawn it once, you can draw it again. So don't get too caught up on, hey, I drew this arm perfectly. If it doesn't fit, in this case, the design brief, then it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
You still got to make it work.
That's funny. For a second, someone thought that the shadow behind me looked like a ponytail flowing down. It is not that. I have a buzzed head with just a little ponytail back here. You guys can't see it though. That's my secret from chat. Um, a tiny little
So
pony. It's like
what
my
would the
my
oh,
Padawan braid. Do you remember those in like the gosh, like Anakin had one. It was like a long braid that came down that was like for something for his training or something.
oh, Steve, yeah, the Spider-Man villain, the lizard, yeah.
Oh yeah. Also,
Uh,
chat. Wade is I like not like a nerd in like a bad way, but like in the best way. So if like we love that chat participates in the show and gives us like examples and suggestions, but also if we just want to talk about like cool movies and stuff, we can totally do that as well on this stream, because that's really fun and Wade and I are both super into it.
Absolutely.
All right,
Uh, what were
chat.
the adjectives again?
Obtuse, smelly, and mischievous.
Okay, I think we may move into obtuse, smell. Oh yeah, glass eye, right? So there's a
Oh, that's
glass.
right. Yep, with the glass eye. Reptilian creature with the glass eye. And chat, that means as he works on that, I'm going to get a couple more things from you that don't necessarily reflect what Wade's going to do, but they're fun to fill in. So what I need from you is a landmark of an imaginary location. So the obtuse, smelly, mischievous hero appears from the landmark of imaginary location. So this can be the forests of Druidville or the space town of Emery. Whatever we want it to be, let me know what that landmark and what that location is, and that's where this person, this creature, would be coming from. So give me those and we will fill them into our brief as Wade continues on this glass eye. I love that. Excellent says, there's no bad way to be a nerd. That's so true. Someone, Reverb Mike says, this is turning into a hipster slee stack. It's kind of true. Like, it's kind of a cool vibe. It's like a, like, Jedi slee stack meets, like, the demon from Ghostbusters 2. The, like, demon dogs. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, some great suggestions coming in. Straight up Land of the Lost. Ooh, I like that. The Bluff of Sandatrunk. That sounds super cool,
What?
right? So from the Bluff of Sandertrunk. Love that.
Did you go to
And
Standard Trunk High School?
is Sandertrunk like a place?
I don't know. I was making that up. Is it?
I don't think so. I like that though. Oh yeah, maybe he's like from there and he like maybe his quest, and I'm not leading you, chat. We can pick literally whatever we want, but I love the story and idea of like that he's on this quest, but really his quest is like he just graduated high school and he's like going to college. Like the least magical fun
Oh my
option. Please don't
gosh.
do that. Like let's definitely do something fun.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like his magical quest to go to the grocery store. All right, so updated. We're still working on the glass eye. Love that. Chat, how are we feeling about it? Wade, how are you feeling about it?
I'm good. I'm feeling pretty good. I think we need to start working on his body or what he might be doing, or if we're just trying to get, because we got to get obtuse and smelly in, right?
Yep, and that will help probably with his body. So, chat, here's what I need for you. We need to fill in a couple more details here, and that is, so he is a reptilian creature with a glass eye, and on the way to quest description, I need to know what we're doing. What is the description of the quest? And that's going to help us fill in the body. That's going to help us fill in the tools, the outfit, all of that. We want to make sure that they are ready for what the quest is. So let me know what the quest is that we're taking this creature on. Speaking of quests, Wade, do you play Dungeons and Dragons or any kind of thing like that?
I do. It's been a while. We have a weekly or bi-weekly group that's been playing, but just due to COVID and other stuff, we've kind of been off for a month or so.
Yep.
It's really kind of jonesing for it.
Yes.
But yes, I try and play when I can.
Have you had any campaigns that like something super standout happened that's just like your go-to story and people are like, I don't know about Dungeons and Dragons, and you're like, let me tell you about what happened?
The only one that pops to mind at the moment is where the DM took my character over and basically had this big heroic dive onto a dragon, and he basically ran my character for the next 5 minutes. I just caught a spider. There's a tiny little spider.
Oh, I see it. Ooh, spooky Halloween.
I'm gonna let him live on my sketchbook. There.
I love that. That feels right for this stream today.
Yes.
All right. let's see here. So he is on the way. This is the suggestion from Steve Festus. He is on the way to retrieve the stinking carcass of a huge, gnarly insect. So maybe he is going hunting for some kind of large insect. So he's a hunter, maybe someone that has existed in the wilderness, that is a gatherer. That kind of gives us a little more direction there. Other great suggestions coming in: returning a cursed talisman, saving the wolves from an angry herd of sheep. That's really funny. Retrieve dragon eggs. So he is going. Yeah, let's have him go, and maybe it's he's going to like get the like a giant. Well, I mean the spider was there, so let's make it a giant spider. So he's going to hunt a giant spider, and bring back the carcass, which is not an insect; it's an arachnid. I know. But we will change it to that. So he's on his way to retrieve the stinking carcass of a huge, gnarly spider.
So how do we piecemeal this together? Do I just do the character and then do the other objects as we go?
I
Or
think so. I think maybe
okay.
we can focus on trying to figure out like the tools that he would need for that, and maybe that
Okay.
will help with some of the stuff that we put on his body.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, like obtuse is a big thing for the body, and I'm thinking maybe it is like what he's wearing is dedicated to the journey that he's going on to go kill this spider and harvest its carcass.
Okay. What kind of weapon would be used for that? Is that in the description? Like,
We can add it. Let's add it right now. Chat, what kind of weapons are we going to use? Or what kind of supplies do we need?
or does he even need weapons? Maybe he doesn't need weapons. I don't know.
Yeah. And hello, Antonio, just joining us. What have I stumbled upon? You've stumbled upon Design in the Dark. It's a show where the Mad Lib that's floating over our friend Wade, we are filling in chat as we go live. And yes, that's it. You got it. Yes. None of my guests can do that, and that makes me so happy. So Wade is doing that brief, and you get to fill it in each step by step, and Wade will be illustrating based on your suggestions. So welcome. All right. So simple weapon, spear, boring. Sorry, Steve. Coconuts, a pitchfork. Ooh, I like the idea. A donkey tail. That's an interesting weapon. I like the idea of coconuts, but being like a sling, like a bolo, like bolo coconuts. Like he's gonna like tie up the legs of the spider, but he has like coconuts that he would like throw. So maybe he has like a pack of like boloed coconuts.
Okay.
That's, this is
I
where it
like
gets
it. I like
wild.
it. I
This is
like
where it
it.
gets wild.
This
On
is
the
good.
way
This is
to
good.
retrieve the stinking carcass of who's prior, with his bolo coconuts. Not weapons. And chat, I mean, this is the most important part. We need to name our hero. Chat, give me the name of our hero and I will update that. Let me know what we want the name to be. It can be something super zany. It can be something that's an existing name. So let me know what we want their name to be, how we want to refer to them. Could be multiple names, could be a description kind of name. So let me know what you would like that to be. A feather. Oh, nice. So when you're working on like the body stuff, how do you decide on their mannerism kind of way of like how do you figure out their body language, I guess?
Well, this one I'm just taking it from. I'm trying to. It's kind of not there yet, but I'm trying to make him a little gangly, so it kind of fits that obtuse description. But generally, I try to think about what they're doing and then find the pose that would fit that.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, we're kind of building it as we go, so we don't know any of that information.
Also, did you flip him?
Yeah, I did.
Is there a reason you just like liked it better?
Yeah, just to kind of keep things from getting a little off kilter, a little wonky. It just helps to kind of get fresh eyes on it by flipping it back and forth.
Oh, that's so interesting. So you throughout your process, you just keep flipping it back and forth when you're like, oh, I wanted like fresh eye to look at it from a different way.
Right, and if you some people do it upside down as well, but usually that's when there's color and contrast. But if you watch the navigator, you can see which direction it's actually facing all the time.
That is totally insane, and I would never think about that. I mean, it's the equivalent of like working on a logo type that you're like, I can't read this word anymore because I've looked at it so many times that it's just like letters now, that, oh, it's just like facial features, and then you flip it and you're like, oh, it's a whole new character that I can like refine even further.
Right.
All
Right.
right,
That's exactly why you do it.
I'm going with it. Moochies, you win.
Oh no, what did Moo give us? What's up,
Lizard
Moo?
McLizardface, baby.
Oh man.
All
Like
right,
another
our friend Lizard McLizardface. I'm a sucker for a good silly name. All right, Lizard McLizardface it is. This is you, chat. This is your fault. All right, let me export this out so that we can see what we have picked. And then I'm actually going to read back through where we are for those of you that have just joined us. Again, Design in the Dark is a show where our friend Wade is illustrating live a whole bunch of things that you have given us. So let's go ahead and read our brief so far with the words that you, chat, have plugged in. So here's what we got. The obtuse, smelly, mischievous hero appears. From the bluff of Zandatruck, Lizard McLizardface is a reptilian creature with a glass eye. On his way to retrieve the stinking carcass of a huge, gnarly spider with his coconut weapons, Lizard McLizardface will face danger around every corner. So that's what we're going to work on today. There is more of where the trek is going. I don't know if we're going to get that far today, but we're going to keep going here and see how far we get, and then keep adding details and figuring things out. If you are just joining us again, our friend Wade Acuff is our guest. You can check him out at wadeacuff.com or on Insta at Wade Acuff. That's right. You're just a Wade everywhere.
That's right. Wade Acuff everywhere. So is he smelly because why?
Yeah, chat, why is he smelly? That's a good thing. I was thinking of like, is he just sweaty? Like,
I mean, I was thinking along the lines of like, is it bait for the spider? Is it
ooh,
or maybe a ward of some sort, like, garlic for vampires, maybe.
Yeah, chat, let me know why he's smelly. Is it something that he has with him, or is it something on his body that makes him smelly? Let's put that in there. And a great suggestion by Steve, changing his first name to be Scales. That way we have a little bit of variation in his name. So he's Scales McLizardface. Oh boy, I don't know how I'm going to say that over the next 2 days as many times as I know I'm going to need to. So Scales McLizardface, and there we go. So suggestions coming in: a scent to throw off the spider. That's interesting. He bathes in the coconut milk. That's interesting. Carcass retrievers generally don't smell great and seldom shower. That's true. Like, he just smells bad. What's happening in your imagination with this, Wade? What could be the reason that he smells?
So Sam brings up an interesting point. Hi, Sam. How's it going? Is the carcass, has he already achieved the goal?
So no, he has not already achieved the goal. Okay. That's his quest, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't done it before. So maybe he does have some like insects or arachnids with him that he uses to mask the scent, that he just like gosh, what's the Walking Dead character?
So he could have like a shroud of spider or insect, what the spider might eat, like flies or...
Oh, I love that. Yes. So to like attract the spider but also mask that it is some kind of thing, that has like, oh, the spider would want this and would smell it, but then to everyone else it like just smells disgusting.
I like it.
That's a fun idea. It's like there's a character in, I think, Walking Dead that carries around zombies with her. I think it's Michonne. Maybe it is. Like on a leash so that she like masks the scent.
That would be Michonne.
Reverb Mike says it's lizard cologne. Also, Wade, do you remember, this is okay, chat, just know that this is the most random transition that I will ever make in my life.
I'm so worried for what's about to come next.
Wade, did you ever go to like Abercrombie and Fitch when you were like in high school to like get like polos and stuff? Okay. I was talking to somebody the other day, and chat, let me know if you remember this. Walking into an Abercrombie and Fitch and just feeling like they had taken bottles of cologne and just smashed them all over the floor. I was walking through the mall and like caught a smell of it, and I was like, oh, this is the store where they just like pour out cologne on the entire store. Again, completely random, but the lizard
I
corn
know what you're.
reminded me of it.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about now, but I was not. I didn't shop there. I'll put it
Yes,
that way.
I was also not that kid. My mom would make me that kid, but I also would not. I would be in Hot Topic getting weird
Yep,
t-shirts
yep,
and
yep.
stuff.
I'm making up insects and things right now. They're not. None of this. Don't check for accuracy on this.
Yep. Well, I love that. So this is something that happened with the Men in Black series. Is I was watching some documentary and they were basically saying like the reason that Men in Black work so well is because the creature design like people didn't try to make them humanoid. They were like, cool, because like these are aliens from all the other worlds. Why don't we make them not humanoid and just make them like aliens and things that don't exist that don't have to necessarily be like a reference to anything. It just kind
Right.
of is. And I love that, especially in a lot of your work. It's kind of this like, what is this thing? And you're like, I don't know. It just kind of exists. Like it's kind of just there.
Yeah, that is definitely how I work.
Yes.
What is this? I don't know.
Yep.
Tell me what it is. It's there.
That's your job, chat. That's why designing the dark's awesome, both for you and for the artist, because they can just draw something and we're like, all right, chat. So you get to define what this is.
That's right.
And yes, Excellent says I interviewed at Abercrombie and Fitch, and they pretty much emptied their cologne to give the place a scent before opening every day. Okay, so it's true. It's literally true.
A mystery solved. We're doing a lot of stuff here today.
Ooh, I love this. And I love how he's gone into those things that we talked about, right? The obtuse, smelly, mischievous. That the way that his like arm is hanging is very obtuse. The way that he's standing is a little mischievous, right? He's got the weird like proportions to his body. The angles like a little bit off, which is so great, and it's capturing all of those things that we want in that hero. And yes, Wade does have a very interesting imagination, Jirotima, 100%. Is
I'm
there
trying
any?
not to take over anything. I want to do what you guys want.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, we are
for this.
vibing. Chat, are we vibing? If we're vibing, go ahead and drop a vibe emoji in chat. I don't know what that is, but just any emoji that you feel like is a vibe, toss that in chat for us.
I want to
If
see what that emoji is now.
yeah, I'm very curious as to how people interpret that. We had a question earlier, Wade, that I'll ask. Do you have a favorite kind of creature that you like to draw, or any kind of like thing that is a zone for you?
I really don't have a favorite. I don't think. I'm trying to think if there is a go-to. Uh, no, I can't really pin down a favorite. Uh, as far as like, I do. I will say this lately, and I won't do it with this guy. Lately, I've been adding these weird long ears to everything, like almost elf ears. I don't know
Yes,
what that's about. I think it's a phase. I don't know. Maybe we'll get past it.
that's good. Do you have elf ears? I feel like you'd someone that would have elf ears.
I don't. I
Okay.
don't. There probably are some somewhere in this house, but they might be Sarah's.
Yes. Oh, we found there's a chameleon emoji. There's a cowboy hat emoji. There are definitely some vibes happening.
What is it? Oh yeah,
I love
yeah.
that.
I don't know
Yes.
why the cowboy hat one just cracks me up.
It
Like that's
feels
the
right.
vibe.
It definitely feels right.
Okay.
Oh, spooky. Yes, that's true. I'm in a spooky. The ghost emoji is definitely a vibe as well. Gosh, that looks so cool.
What was the weapon? It was the
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 coconuts.
coconuts. Okay.
Yep. So maybe chat, does he have like a secondary weapon in his other hand or some kind of like defense thing? What's
Ice
happening?
of some sort, or a come and get it bell, or
Oh yeah, what's in the other hand? Since it is just in a good place for him to have something.
yeah, totally.
What is it? It can be literally anything. Toss it in there, chat, and let us know what you think that should be.
I'm gonna turn this into like finger gloves. I think.
Ooh,
Don't know why, but that's what this looked like. So
it feels right. You know what? You know what you should. What if it's finger gloves that are like that are basically like the like studded leather finger gloves, but like the studs are like spider legs, like coming out.
okay. I got you.
Gosh, it's cool because he looked so friendly at the beginning. I was like, oh, look at the cute little dinosaur. And as we add stuff, we're like, this guy's a cold-hearted killer. He has a lemon drop in his other hand. He's just like carrying around a cocktail.
Yes.
What else? What else in there? Keep giving us some suggestions. Geratimus is a broken dagger. Keep it coming. What's in his other hand that he will need on his journey? Oh, those are little cool gloves. A pocket full of sand is his other weapon. Oh gosh. He looks more dangerous as he goes on. Yep, that's kind of, I think, the zone that we wanted to get to. Um, let's see. Chat, keep
Like
giving me some. I haven't found one quite that I think fits well. So keep giving us what's in his other hand. Okay, that's interesting. So Misty says a smoothie, but maybe let's take that into some kind of elixir or potion that he has. That he's kind of on his journey, but he's got something to like help give him energy, to like power him up or something. He's drinking some sort
okay.
of um, magical drink.
Yes, let's do that. Okay.
Just just straight up a pepper shaker. Chat, y'all are completely out of control today. Like we've had weird days
No,
on the
no,
show
no.
where we've
It's
done weird stuff, and y'all are just crazy today, and I love it.
yeah, I'm loving this. So let's what was it real quick? We'll get back to the gloves here.
Some Yep,
I like the spider leg. We can make that happen.
sweet. Some
Uh,
kind of like elixir, whether it's in like a goblet or a mug or like a clear kind of potion thing, something that he's like sipping on for energy to kind of give him the wherewithal to continue on his journey.
I like it. I like it. Kind of want to make it big enough in case we want to actually have something in it,
Ooh,
like
fun. Like maybe it's
floating. Yeah, like floating in it, or
yeah, maybe it's like the equivalent of when you do like one of those like scorpion shots that like has a scorpion in the bottom of the drink or whatever,
yes,
or like the
yes.
worm or whatever. So maybe chat, let's do that. What is in this drink? Since he is this like killer of insects and out there, what's in this drink that's going to give him power that could be floating around in there? Like there's going to be a lot of liquid, but what could be the thing that is incorporated into this? We said it was a smoothie, so maybe there is other stuff in there. What do we think could be in there as a little extra bit? Bumpy, slimy, slurpy. Uh, my new Twitter bio. Thanks for that, Susanna. I'll take I'll take it. This is really just a chat right now of random nouns and a bunch of adjectives. Um, immunity potion, all of the different grubs from the Lion King, um, a dinosaur kale shake. Yep. I do like the suggestion from Steve.
Dung
Um,
beetle.
oh, a
What'd
dung
Steve say?
beetle.
Oh,
Steve said
glowing
glowing
eyeball.
eyeballs. I think that's interesting because they could be
Yeah.
like
Okay.
spider eyes that he's captured. Someone else had spider eyes. Infinity stones.
Oh,
I think that whenever I think of insects, and somebody said it in chat, whenever I think of insects or like any kind of bug, all that I can think is the scene from the grubs of Lion King when Timon and Pumbaa are like pulling out the grubs
oh
and
yeah.
like eating them. They're just like the perfect representation of bugs to me.
All right. So glowing eyeballs.
Yes, floating, gloating eyeballs. Maybe okay. This is legitimately his version of like having a boba tea,
Oh, so it's got to
right?
have a giant straw.
Yes. Oh, it's gotta have the giant straw. Like he's having
Yeah.
his little like boba tea, but it's some kind of elixir with spider eyes in it. I love that. That's so fun. Slimy yet
Of course,
satisfying.
it's a paper straw.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which again, slimy yet satisfying. That's how I would exactly describe paper straws.
True, especially after use.
Yes. Oh, Oogie Boogie bugs. Yes, those are also some of the best bugs. Is when he starts to unravel.
Yes.
Are you a Nightmare Before Christmas fan?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It,
If you guys haven't ever checked out Vincent, it's a Tim Burton short. It's my favorite get in the mood animated short for this time of year.
yep. And it is based on the young version of Vincent Price, I believe, right?
Yes. Yes.
Nice. Yes. And if you also want to get in the spooky mood, in 4 days, Night Before Christmas is coming back to theaters for the rest of October. Yep, I always go and like right at the beginning, I basically just tell everyone in the theater, "Hey everyone, this is a sing-along showing, so I'm just gonna be singing." And it never is, but I'm like, I don't care. I'm going for it. This movie's been out long enough that you probably should have seen it already.
So good.
I love this. I
You have
love
to
that
be
it's
careful though with the like I'm a fan of, because then people want to give you gifts for that for like the rest of your life.
yes, that's very true.
That's a danger. But it's not going to stop me from liking Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh
Now
yeah.
the real this will like break up a party for discussion. Is it a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie, or is it both? Because there's some people who are adamant that it's one way or the other.
Yep, I believe both. I like
Yeah,
100%
I'm a
both.
both. I'm a both. Yeah.
The one that I get in fights with people about is so Gremlins is my favorite Christmas movie, and
It is a
people get
Christmas.
so mad about that. They're
Yeah.
like, no, it's not. And I'm like, literally, the entire plot is that it's happening at
Yeah.
Christmas.
Absolutely. Totally a Christmas movie. We just talked about these over the weekend, like Christmas movies that you didn't think were Christmas movies.
Yep.
It actually came from I was talking with Gus about a list. You know, what Halloween movies would you want to watch? You know, during this time, and he listed Ghostbusters, and I was like, I've never thought of Ghostbusters as a Halloween movie.
Yeah,
It totally makes sense.
that's
Uh,
true.
and I've always just been like, oh, it's a comedy, and moved along. And I love Ghostbusters, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. In chat, let's do just to give us the idea. Wade's gonna keep going and keep filling stuff in. But before we get there, what kind of like pants, armor, things is this character wearing? What do his legs look like as we go there? So that it doesn't really. So we have somewhere that like right now he's like kind of wearing parachute pants, but like what is happening on the lower half? Is he armored up? Is he wearing like a kilt? Like what's happening over there? And yes, chat, please, one, give us that description so we can continue working. Two, keep talking about Christmas or Halloween movies.
The
That's,
Santa Claus is a horror film. I'm reading through chat now.
yep. Die Hard.
Yep.
Shazam. Yeah, Shazam could be a Christmas movie. Why not?
Did it take place during Christmas? I don't
Um,
even remember.
yes. He has his spider boba elixir in hand. All right. So I'm updating our brief as we go, chat, and all right. He, he Kevin says he doesn't even need legs if he just does Zoom calls. It's true. I actually have no lower body. I am just the torso here hanging out. As far as you guys know. All right. So people are saying like leathery pants with scales. Yeah. So something leather with armor. Okay. So just like a regular leg thing. Gosh, it's so weird to look back and see it flipped on the other side because it looks like an entirely new character.
Ah, maybe it is.
That's great. Like I'm working on something and updating, and you just draw an entirely new character. Like Andrew, I don't know. Have you not been paying attention this whole time? Like this is just what we've been doing.
That's right. What did we come up with on the pants front?
It sounds like it's just leather pants. Like so many people have just said leather pants. So
Okay. We need to get these eyes glowing. I'm gonna start working in. I can kind of see how much time we have left.
oh yes, sorry. We have about 10-ish minutes left. I am so sorry. I usually see, and this is
Oh,
the
we're
thing
good.
I'm
We're
the
good.
worst about, is reminding people how much time. Yeah, we have about 10 minutes left.
I just want to make sure we're at least addressing that these eyeballs are glowing.
Gosh, it's so crazy how we've been working so much in like pushing things and sculpting shadow that when you start to add any kind of highlight, like those look immediately like they're glowing in like the perfect amount of light, just by adding those small little details. In chat, and yes, this needs to be 2 hours. I don't know, like, yes, I think it could. I actually think it's fun when it's 1 hour, and we do have another episode
Yeah, we have
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, so
So
we
it is.
come back
Yeah.
tomorrow for the second hour. And tomorrow it's going to be super fun because we will be finishing out our brief. And I'm going to go ahead and read that, Wade, as you work, so
Okay.
that we can catch everyone up. The obtuse, smelly, mischievous hero appears. From the bluff of Zandatrunk, Scales McLizardfist is a reptilian creature with a glass eye. On the way to retrieve the stinking carcass of a huge gnarly spider with his coconut weapons, Scales McLizardface will face danger around every corner. He has his spider boba elixir in hand. And then here's where we're going to go tomorrow. It looks like no easy trek, though. Fantasy location. Oh, sorry, I keep saying this. It's no easy trek through fantasy location with the constant lurking of adjective animals and enchanted objects. Fear not, they're accompanied by a companion name and adjective species that has the power to blank. So tomorrow we'll build out more of the scene, a little bit about where he is in the scene. So be thinking of that, chat. We'll work on more of the background details, maybe some other elements that are around him in the scene, as well as working on a secondary kind of companion character to go along with him with some kind of secret weapon. Yes, look at those head and those eyes in under an hour. It's insane to watch Wade work, right? He's been on one of the top of the list because this show is very much you have to like go as fast as you can. And then watching Wade streams, the amount of detail that you get is so crazy. And I do like that we talked about it at the beginning. Is your mentality usually like just go and I'll fix it later if something goes wrong?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's part of that. I don't not being very precious with anything, especially early on. You know, just get it out there. Just get it on the paper, or in this case, the canvas.
And do you find that there are times that you like forget to go back and change things? Like you just keep going
Uh,
and then you're like, "Oh, I think that there was something that I was going to fix, but like it looks fine now."
oh yeah, oh
Yep.
yeah, and especially when you start adding color and other stuff gets mixed in, you're like, oh yeah, I was gonna go do this one thing, and then you don't even know what it was. Like you can't find it anymore. Maybe it fixed itself because you've added stuff to other places. You know, it can be a wild ride sometimes.
This is wild. And so, chat, be thinking of those things. Set a reminder right now on your calendars. Put it on your calendar. Set it on your phone. Set an alarm for 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. I've tried to do that so many times for people that are like listening on speakers. Just activate whatever smart objects they have in their home that might be listening. So set a
That's
timer, and we'll definitely be back tomorrow to finish up the second half of this. And I think, Wade, maybe that's when we get into color and stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what we may have to pare down what we're doing,
Yep.
but we can definitely get into some color.
Yes, Wade is actually immortal, and like Highlander has been drawing for hundreds of years. It's true. I actually met a few other Wades back a few years ago at Max, and then suddenly they disappeared, and somehow Wade's work started getting better. So I think, I don't know, some kind of Jet Li multiverse here.
All right, so we had leather pants, right? Here, let me make a
Yes.
copy of this guy, and then let's just see in the next few minutes what we can do.
Leather pants.
What
Quick,
kind of
grab the leather pants.
maybe he's got super short legs.
Oh yeah, I love somebody did say that he had like goat legs, and so I think that like kind of feels almost like the fawn from Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh yeah,
Those kind of like little weird stilty legs. There can only be one. Yes, that's so true. Have you ever seen that? I think it was. I
But
feel
it's
like it
got
was Jet Li with the. It was called The One. It was like a sci-fi like martial arts movie. I'm trying to
see,
think,
I
and it
don't.
was basically him going around and trying to kill himself in other multiverses.
All right, let's see. We want leather pants with goat legs.
Yep. And I wonder if they're just maybe like leather that has like the little like stitching in the side or whatever.
Oh, I was gonna give him like disco pants,
Give him
but
disco pants. I am
no, we
wrong.
can. Why not both?
Well, oh, that's
Right?
true. Why not both? Somebody did say Eddie Murphy leather pants, which are kind of like the
Yes,
disco
that
pants.
is
Yes.
that is the red accented.
Yes, and we got about 5 minutes left. There are definitely people too that make, and you can find them online, that they basically take high heels and they break off the heel and then put an extra platform on the front, and they make those hooves. So you can stand on them, and you have to basically like stand on the front, but they make the hooves so that you can look like you have like the hook legs.
I know exactly what you're talking about because a friend of mine used to be a professional cosplayer, and she had those. She had
Yes,
one of those hip flags.
they're so cool. I could never do that. My feet are too big and I'm way too tall. I would die. But I do think that they're rad.
All right, I'm going to end these pants here, and I want to start. Just going to start blocking it in.
Sweet, just a little bit of shadowing again. Wade's just sculpting things. So the rough little outline sketch, and then as you start to sculpt in those highlights and shadows, like these are gonna look like pants so quick. That it's funny. We have like 4 minutes left. We're like, we'll never finish these pants, and Wade's like, oh no, we got it. Ooh, and Sam, that's a great suggestion. We can incorporate maybe tomorrow is a thick layer of grease on his legs that lets him not get caught in heavily webbed areas. That's
Gosh,
interesting. Um,
greasy leather pants.
Greasy leather pants. That
You
boy,
guys,
nothing says summer like greasy leather pants.
that's right. All right, I'm probably going to have
I feel like leather pants would just be so squeaky. Like everywhere that you walked, it would just.
to. Absolutely.
I love guests like you that will like talk and then work and have like a moment of like quiet work, because Chat and I get to share a moment. And again, it's sad that you don't get to be a part of this. Chat and I share a moment where just like the music comes in and you're just like, yeah, like we're in it right now.
This is not working out right now, but it's going to get there. There's always like that ugly stage in painting that it just takes a bit sometimes to push things one way or the other.
Yes. Ariana says, LOL, this is great. This was an excellent pairing up. Yes, it was. Wade is super great, and yeah, super fun.
Yeah, this has been a blast so far. I can't. It always amazes me how quick the time goes by. Like,
Yes.
it's like we just started this, right?
Yep. And it used to be even less because we would do a debrief at the end and then we would do intro at the beginning. And so if you guys have watched since the beginning, Design in the Dark is now a completely different show than what it started out as. And even with this, with trying to maximize another like 10, 15 minutes of work time, it still is just a mad rush to get something done. I don't understand how people wear leather pants. How do you do that? Baby powder. That's the answer. You just
Right.
powder up your legs and just shimmy on in.
Uh, Now Sam wants to add slime to the situation or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think we can incorporate that tomorrow. I think it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
interesting, some kind of extra thing that keeps
I
him
like
from
it.
getting caught in a web. I think that's an interesting,
I like it.
yeah.
I think that's the challenge, right? Like, can you get it all done?
And I love the combination in chat. This was a lot because of you. The combination of putting together these unlikely pieces of this reptilian character that is a hunter, but instead of like swords and spears, he uses these bolo coconuts. And then instead of just being reptilian the whole way, he's got like these weird goat legs. Like I love the contrast of all of the different
Yeah.
pieces.
Does he still have a tail?
Oh, does he still have a tail? Chat, that's the last thing that we need today. Does he still have a tail? Or not? Let us know if he does have a tail, and we're going to have to wrap up in about a minute. So let us know, and then we can start on that tomorrow. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read our brief before we end. And Wade, you can check chat what they answer about the Chael.
Okay.
The obtuse, smelly, mischievous hero appears. From the bluff of Zandatruck, Scales McLizardface is a reptilian creature with a glass eye. On his way to retrieve the stinking carcass of a huge, gnarly spider with his coconut weapons, Scales McLizardface will face danger around every corner. He has a Spider Boba elixir in hand. So we are going to be talking about where he is going on the trek tomorrow and continuing to build him out. All right, some great examples: kangaroo tail, short tail, donkey tail, skunk tail. So we will start those tomorrow. So make sure you come back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific time, for the next episode of Design in the Dark with our friend Wade. Here's where we ended today. Wade, any closing thoughts and words?
Yeah. Bring it tomorrow as well, because this was awesome.
This was
Was a lot
super
of fun.
fun. We'll continue tomorrow, and we'll see you. Oh, I hit the button so early. And we will see you all tomorrow on the next episode of Design in the Dark. Bye,
See you
everybody.
guys.